Hey guys, welcome back. Modi 101 here, and we are back in all the mods 10 in the safety of our cube. I love our cube. All right, let me kind of catch you up on in between episode stuff. Just working on stuff I've worked on a million times. I made all of these. The only ones I'm missing is the trident, because I actually have to get a trident, and also this ring one, because let's see, what did I need? I need to make this, and I don't quite, I'm not there. So, but we got all of the stuff to make all the other tools, and I might, make myself all new tools instead of using these vanilla ones. In here, I got the upper cabinets in, and I made the stove, skillet, and cooking pot from Farmer's Delight. That's about all in here. I still need to make, the cow in the jar and all that stuff. In here, I did a little bit of rearranging. We do have our Swap-O-Matic here. And, yeah, he's got all kinds of stuff, including things from, Silent Gears and Action Editions. Obviously, all of the Pam's Harvest Craft stuff, Sushi and Go. And then a butt ton of trees, like a dumb amount of, like, all the trees. And flowers, so many flowers. And even, like, wild rice and whatnot, plus cats, bees, cows, chickens, mushrooms, llamas. I mean, it costs $1 diamond to get yourself a mushroom, So I'm going to have to do pandas and polar bears. So, yeah, we're going to have stuff. Even have the, I don't know what this is. Torch berries. There we go. Rich soil they have in here. So, a lot of really cool stuff. I got all the vanilla foods. These are the Farmer's Delight foods. These are Sushi and Go. And then this is, like, other. We have, and maybe you guys can help me out here. Now, this is a pack that needs to be updated, because they update this pack every 4.5 minutes. But we have, if we look here and I type in seeds, we have all of these seeds from Mama's Herbs and Harvest. Okay. And we have, radishes and pineapple, lettuce, raspberry, rye, stuff we've seen before. And then I think they have, if we look up at Mama, so yeah, you can see all the food here: cauliflower, celery, cherries, and whatnot. And then we also have like bay leaves, chives, cilantro, dill, lemongrass. This is kind of cool. Never seen this before. Here's the kicker, though. If I go to cabbage, right, it shows how to make it. Not a big deal. But if I click uses, all I can do is can it. I could use it for fuel in this, culinary fuel, just a lot of food fuels. I can liquefy it into nutritional paste, and then apparently it can be composted. That's it. And this canning machine isn't even from this mod. There's literally nothing in this mod we can do with this food. So I guess you just eat them raw. They have some trees up here, so if we hit this and we hit the uses, yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So, and then there's another side of it, Mama's merrymaking, which there's some ugly Christmas sweaters. So, anyway, so yeah, that's why I haven't set any of that stuff up yet. So, good amount of room in here. Over here, we've been working on getting the villagers. All right, so I was able to craft all of these blocks, of course, all the vanilla ones, and then we get into some of these ones. And then I was able to find a trader, or I was able to find the tables for these three, and then these are the ones I can't make, which are right here. This one isn't even in here, whatever that is. If anybody can figure out how to get, I know you take a white banner and you click it with a shader from Immersive, but how do you get the banner in here? This isn't the first pack, so. And the rest of these I just need items. And then if we come in here, we notice I moved this out here so that this area can be used because we're going to run out of space pretty quick. But as you can see, I've added a bunch more. We've got, I wish it would tell us. These are like weird trees. We got coal, dye, the nature. This needs to go there. Okay, we're good. Redstone. I even got slime seeds as a reward. So, and then over here we've got some of the ingots as well. And I figured I was going to need more room. So, and then these are the stuff that are tier 2 and then tier 3 that I just wasn't able to make. So there's that. If we go up here, this is about it. We got this. We got our points. So this is power, and we got this going in. So we're good there. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. And then I figured this is going to be our kind of big machine level. I think this is going to be bees. Not sure about this one. This is just something the Patreons do to make goofy little things, and that's fine. This is the lounge, as I was told. And then this is going to be animals and probably some of the tree stuff. So, and you know what? We may have to make another one this size and put it somewhere. So, all right. So there's a quick tour and a catch up of what we've done. Nothing insanely exciting. Silent gear. Oh, okay. Hold on. I did these literally at the last second. Before I got off the computer yesterday, so you can see all these check marks. All right, let's go put this stuff away. Get this out of our inventory for now. We'll move this up here. Good. Okay. So, maybe I kind of want to work on this stuff, but I think we need, blazes, and I don't think we have too much of those. What else is this? This is diamond shards. All right, so this machine, material grader. Placing an ingot in the grader with a grader catalyst will give the material a grade. The better the grade, the better the stats on the material. The best grade is max. You know what? I don't super care about this right now. So let's scroll all the way down and let's just keep working on our power. Where are we at here? Basic power. Here we go. This is what we're working on. So last episode, we ran down this line. We can't this until we get more into mechanism. We can't do this till we get more into bees. This we could probably make, but I'm not real worried about it. But yeah, I just want to generate more power. And what is this? Industrial fusion reactor. That's terrifying. Gas burning generator, more power. I'm going to figure out how to make that. And then this stuff. All right. I think we just, we'll go through this stuff at some point. I just want to gather more materials. But if we get into extreme reactors, that could be our power. You know, that could just be our power source right there. So I think we're going to start dipping our toe into that. This here, though, basic flux storage. I want to see something here, if I remember correctly. So this one holds 2 million, or FE, RF, whatever, same thing, right? But if we look at flux storage, that we have basic, then we have the Herculean, which holds 16 million, and the Gargantuan, which does 128. Now to make these, we just need to make 6 of these, which was kind of pricey now that I look at it. And then this is just 6 of these with glass. So I might start saving up the material for that because we're going to want to, have more power holding capabilities. All right, so getting into extreme reactors. I've done this many a times. This is such a solid mod. Very big fan of it. All right, so we got that. We got all that. So based off the original mod, big reactors, extreme reactors allows you to build customizable multi-block reactors. The main element, of course, uranium. You'll need this and a lot of coal and iron to get building. If you're ever lost along the way, refer to the Extreme book for help. We're good. We have this book. So let's look at one thing real quick. We're looking at uranium. So let's look. There we go. We have 71, but I want to see something real quick. Uses, and if we go here, we need blue and this. I might make this ingot with you guys here on camera because I want to make sure we have enough. So we're going to grab this. We're going to grab this. All right, and we're going to go like that, and that gives us the 4 blue that we need. That was nice. And then we're going to go get ourselves a base seed real quick to get this going. That way I can use whatever we have, and I don't have to worry about having to go hunt for it. All right, so we'll make a quick base seed. Oh, okay. That's odd. That's fine. Makes sense. I think I took all, yeah, now I think about it, I took all these seeds out of here to get them out of the way. All right, we'll grab a stack and we'll stick them back in here. Did I just hear a skeleton? All right, whatever. All right, there's that. And now we got our base seed. Let's go ahead and go get this going real quick. Now, here's a quick little thing, just so you guys know, if you're ever curious. If you put a block of redstone under here, you don't need a lever. I know I'm not sharing anything that I'm sure that all of you don't already know, but I thought I'd share anyways. All right, here we go. And boom. We got this seed in here, and we're going to just come over and stick it right there. What is this one? Zinc. Nice. Okay. Now that we have that going, anytime we're on here, we're collecting stuff. All right, so let's head back over here. And let's see. Graphite for cases. Before we can start building our reactor, we'll need to smelt some coal or charcoal to create graphite ingots. Graphite coupled with iron is one of the main materials when making reactors. All right, so let's come over here. Let's look at coal. We don't have a, well, we're actually doing pretty good, actually, now I think about it. All right, and let's just do this, because why not? There we go. And you know what? We'll make a full stack. The hardest part with these is I burn through coal so quickly. Nope. Damn it. There. Close enough. All right, so there's that. This book is so slow. All right, there we go, and that and that. Let's see what we got. Oh, did we get... No, we got 4 iron. Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. All right, so to build a reactor, you'll need to start by making reactor casings. These make up the frame and walls of your reactor, although the walls can be replaced by reactor glass if you like to see inside of your reactor. For future reference, when a part says basic, this means that it can only be used with other basic parts. The basic parts can also only be used to build smaller reactors, as it has a certain size limit. Keep that in mind. That is interesting. This is new. Okay. So the basic casings are going to look like it's going to be sand, iron, and graphite. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. And then to make the glass, we just got to put glass on each side. So we'll do that. All right, so let's go ahead and make apparently 11. We're going to definitely need more. And then we're going to make one of these. There we go. All right. Now, I wonder what size this is. So we made 11. Now we have 14, so we got 3 extra. That's cool. All right. So, every reactor needs a reactor control rod and fuel rods. These control how the fuel is inserted into the reactor. All right, I don't need to read all this. We'll figure it out. All right, for every control rod, you'll need enough fuel rods to extend it to the base of the reactor. For example, if your reactor is 5 blocks tall. Okay, I know this. All right, so first and foremost, I guess we need to get more sand. And my goal is to leave this cube as little as humanly possible. So I just need dirt and fire essence, which we have, so no problem. We'll get, nope, that was not the one I want to take. I gotta make a key, lock this stuff up. And then dirt, perfect. All right. And we'll just do this in our inventory like this because it's just easier. So here we go, and plenty of sand. All right, and now let's make a bunch more of these. There we go. We got 20 of them. All right, so I don't quite know the size. Let's see. If we're going to build the smallest passive reactor possible, it's going to be 3 by 3 by 3. This requires for the quest to be the exact amount of what you'll need for this one. To build this, you'll start by building a 3 by 3 frame made out of casings. In the middle of the bottom face, you can just use another reactor casing. Okay. Active power taps. Okay. These are all the parts. Okay, so we're going to need 21 to make a 3 by 3. That is tiny. But okay, yeah. So we're going to need one more, which means we got to cook more coal. All right, let's see which one of these has coal in it. There we go. Perfect. Nice. All right, there we go. So we're going to do this. We'll make a few more. And then this will be enough glass. Okay, so there's that. Now we need to make this guy. And then we're going to need to make just one of those, right? Because basically this is what we're doing here. 1 and 1, yeah. Okay. So let's do this one. All right. And then just one of these for now, which is not what I want to make, but that's fine. All right. So there's those. That takes care of that. That gives us some more cases, some experience. Then interacting with the reactor. To extract power or items from your reactor or even input fuel, you'll need these required blocks. So we have a reactor active forge energy power tap. That's how we get the power out. And then a reactor solid access port. So we'll do that. And then we'll do that. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's a lot of redstone. That's fine. 1 and 2. My dogs are noisy. All right, there's that guy. And then, oh, I need to make one of these. There we go. And yeah, we're going to make a little tiny fella today. Then probably in between episodes, I'll try and make a bigger size one. All right, and then reactor controller. The reactor controller is the heart of the thing. This is basically where the GUI is. All right, let's do that. All right, and we're going to make one of these. There we go. And there. All right, this is for our adorable reactor. There's that. All right, and now we're just, yeah, I thought we might need another one of these. Input and output, my friends. Input and output. All right. And then we just need some sort of chest. Let's just do this. Put this stuff away. All right. And then a chest. And now another one of these. And we're just going to make the cutest little baby reactor you've ever seen. That gave me something weird. And then, yeah, this and that. This. Okay. And then what is that? Expanding our reactor. Reactors and multi-block structures. Okay. If you use the base reactor parts, the largest size reactor you can build is a 5 by 5 by 5. Okay. The biggest reactor you can make using reinforced reactor parts. Okay. So I think maybe what we'll do, what is this? Warp plate. Oh, that's cool. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to try and see. Let's first of all grab these because we don't even have enough of those. Let's get those out of here. And we're going to try and make some more of this. There's 26. Okay. All right, so we're going to try and make a 5 by 5 by 5. None of this 3 by 3 by 3 stuff. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And actually, we're going to come out one more. Yeah, this is going to take... you know what? Let's make the little 3 by 3 one. That's the one it wants us to make, so we'll do that. And I think we'll just stick it back here. So I'm thinking... Actually, you know what? We'll make a 2 gap around it. All right. Okay. So, basically, you have to make the frame. All right. There's that. This is all we're... Oh, I probably... Now that I think about it. No. Usually I put them in the ground because we're making a lot bigger. This one is a little fella, so we're going to do this. So we're going to go... There we go. And then up. And then what we're going to... Yeah, we're going to put... We'll start putting some of these pieces in. So back here, we're going to put the... where'd that tap go? Why is that in my thing? Okay. So we're going to put this here. That's our power tap. And then that's where the power is going to come out. And then we're going to go like this. And we're going to go like this. And then we're going to make this output. And this one input. All right, perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and put this in. That's our fuel rod. And then that is the top of the fuel rod. And then we're going to grab this guy and put him right here. Now, this is by far the smallest one of these that we can make. I'm not even going to use the glass piece because there's nowhere where we can even look into it. Did that work? What am I missing? Oh, I missed a piece back here. That's why. And boom. And as you saw, it kind of changed. These little lines came up. And now we can get in here. So this here is going to be our output of material. This is going to be our input. And this is going to be power. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to come back over here. And I think it's a plug we need. I always forget. Oh, we are almost at the end here. All right, let's do this real quick. Yeah, we want to make another plug. And we don't have to do this. We could just use the same ones, but why not? All right, plug. Nope, come on. All right, and what is that? Earplugs, that's funny. Do I have enough stuff for this? We'll see. I need 2 of these. Oh, I made too many. And there we go. There is our plug. And I might make a 5 by 5 of these as well. So this guy is just going to come back here and we're going to go there. Then we're going to go in, we're going to go and we're going to pick our network. And there we go. Now this guy is set up. There's the power there. And then, let's see. Let's get item. What are these? Item interfaces. Item pipes. We haven't made the item. No. Right there. That guy. Item pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need a lot of these. We'll just get this one set. Let's find our wrench. Here it is. Okay. And then we're going to see if we can get a couple of barrels. Perfect. All right, so we're going to come over here. We're going to stick a barrel right here. And you can kind of see why I wanted like a 2-block walkway back here. Then we're going to put this pipe here with it coming out of there. That's what that means. And then we're going to do this, but we want this coming out of here. All right, there we go. So as you can see, we have nothing. Nothing's happening here. So I'm going to put in, we'll put in like 8. And if you notice, they're gone. because they're now in here. This is full, and then we turn it on, and this is heating up. There we go, and this is now producing a lot of power. That is thousands of RF. And now I can shut it off just to save on this. This power stays in there. It's still going up because there's still a little bit of juice coming off this guy. And now that, if we had more room, now you guys see why I was talking about making bigger one of these. And we don't have to replace this. We can just add to our network. I think in between, I'm going to start gathering resources to see if I can do that. And maybe I'm going to make a 5x5 reactor here. Or maybe we'll just rock the 3x3. I don't know how much power we're going to need right now. So, all right, guys. Well, there we go. We have gotten our way through all of this. This gets us into some other stuff that I'll be dead honest with you. I'm not all that knowledgeable about making these bigger, better reactors, but we will definitely get into that. And then the only other thing I wanted to look at real quick was going to be, I'm having a brain fart here. You guys told me this is super grindy, so that'll be fun. Generators and furnaces, power. I was trying to see immersive. So here's this. If I make this, are you guys going to have a problem if I make a coke oven and a crude blast furnace and an alloy kiln off camera? Just need 27 coke bricks, which is just this stuff here. And then it gives us coal coke, creosote, and I need some of this stuff for things. Oh, look at all that up there. So, all right, maybe I'll work on that. We'll see what I do in the stream. This guy might get taken apart for now. Because I think this is going to help us. We'll still keep this stuff in here, you know, just to have options. But there we go. So I'll probably try and make more seeds and figure out more stuff with the plants and whatnot. And probably make the rest of this cooking stuff, you know. So, all right, guys, there we go. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure. What is this? Furnace. Where the hell did we get that from? Weird. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, click that bell, leave a comment, share on social media. Any and all of those things help me out tremendously. If you guys want to take that to the next level, you can do that by becoming a Patreon. Get access to this server, all the others. If you're a Patreon, apparently you can put up video cameras like Smut Stitch just to keep an eye on my BS, and that makes sense. But yeah, go check out the Patreon link for that to get access to the server, plus all the others, our Discord, and all my love. If you guys want to watch me do off-camera work on this, I do this every Friday at twitch.tv/Modi101 at noon Mountain Time. The VODs stay up for about a month after the stream, so even if you miss one, you can go check that out. So go hang out and have some fun with that. And last but definitely not least, if you guys want to get your own servers, head on over to Host Havoc. Use the link down below. That way you're coming for one of my videos. And until next time, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.